And do you feel like you're going to be okay going to school after not being to school since you were 6 years old? Yeah. Hi guys, I'm the 1 in 1.3. Welcome to the family. So I know it's been a little while since I've been on this video. I've even got more grey, as you can see. I've got a lot grayer since I first started filming back 10 years ago. But I thought I'd come at you very quickly with another video. There was a request. I'll put the request down here. And this request was to find out about my daughter, how she does A-levels at home. So basically, I'm in the last year of homeschooling, kind of. I'm not really homeschooling, but it's my last year of having my daughter at home before she goes on to sixth form. I'm in her room right now. Did she tidy up? Let's see. And I'm going to ask her some questions about like what she does at home, how she's doing A-levels at home. So basically, she's finished her equivalent to GCSE. She finished it a year early. We think we got her certificate back in August 2022. That was when she would have been like the end of year 10. So she started off year 11, I think October of year 11, doing an A-level because obviously her grades were really good. We've been applying to lots of schools, lots of independent schools, lots of high schools, and it looks like a few online schools as well. But she's desperate to get away from me now. She wants to go to school. So yeah, she's desperate to get away from me now. She's been with me far too long. She said that she'd even go to the school down the road rather than be homeschooled for another year. But we can talk to her about this in a minute. So basically, she did an A-level at home. She did an A-level in law. We could have done more, but she said she wants to have a nice free last homeschool year. She's working really well. She's getting quite high percentages, and she's got an exam in May. So today I'll kind of show you how we're booking her exam. I need to book that. And then she's going to take over now and talk to you about how she's getting on at school. You can do it like that?
No.
All right, you can get yourself ready then. So what's all that in the corner over there?
What?
All the stuff on the floor?
What? Oh. What stuff?
Are you serious? Quite a nice room there. So look at her walls, guys. She has cut up a book and basically put it all over her wall.
I'm a visionary.
What book is this?
It's a mix of Veronica Roth's Divergent, Insurgent and Allegiant.
Okay, so it's all Divergent books that she's got on her wall. It's quite cool though. It's like a wallpaper. This wall is still green. She loves her green still. She stole my green candle, by the way, guys.
They didn't steal
this
it.
green
This
candle,
is a Christian house.
one of my students gave me this,
sharing.
and she has taken it. But it does suit her room.
It's called ethical sharing.
So I guess the question, I'm going to just think of these off the top of my head, but the first question would be, are you still doing the A.C.E Curriculum?
No.
And how do you feel about that?
Very, very happy.
Oh no. Why?
Just because I did it for so long.
Tell us a bit more for people that don't know. Who are you? Introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Malaya, formerly Malaya Sky. No, not formally, like formally.
Oh, okay.
Not like...
I thought you just changed your name. Like, wow,
No,
this girl.
Not like... Okay, you need to put on the screen like homophones, yeah?
Yes.
There's formally, which is like that used to be me, and formally, which is like informal manner.
Okay.
I'm 15 years old, and I've been doing the A.C.E Curriculum for a good bit of my life. I think I started it when we were in year 3.
Yeah.
About year 3 until I was in year 10. So that was 7 years. Which, to be honest, it sounds very insignificant because most kids do the same curriculum until they're 18 and start when they're 4.
Yeah, that's true.
14 years is so it's basically half the time. But still, it was a good experience. But I'm just ready to do something new, and that's because I just like doing new things and I get bored fairly easily, I think.
Okay. So what are you doing now?
Okay, well, as I've given myself flexibility, I will say this full truth. I don't think I've done any of my schoolwork for about 2 weeks. But I do other things to fill up my time. But my laptop's over there and I'm currently doing, I don't know why you showed that, because nothing's gonna happen. But I'm currently studying A-level law, as Mum told you.
This annoyed me, sorry. Yeah, go on.
It's the chocolate and not the rabbit holes.
Oh, you were you trying to hide it? I'm going to put a cushion there. Alright, go on.
I'm currently studying A-level law. I'm am I allowed to say what platform? I'm using Oxbridge, I believe it's called. It's basically like an online course, a self-learning course. And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Do you think you prefer doing that course than you would have done the intermediate level of ICCE?
Absolutely.
Why?
I guess it's just I can't talk. It's repetition. So I know that if I were to do the intermediate again, I would be doing the same 7 paces plus electives, I'd imagine, and it's just a little bit too repetitive. That's the only thing that I find with it, which is the same as with school, but I wouldn't want to do all the same subjects anyway, especially maths and science. Everyone who knows me in person knows that those are staying far, far away from me. As I like to say, anything that has to do with numbers and lines and apparently circles needs to stay far away from me.
Okay.
My assignments are quite essay based, so because I had recently just done like entrance exams for some sixth forms, I was kind of expecting them to be graded a little bit differently than they are. But the way they're graded is that they're either like, you know, same standard marks, 5 marks, 10 marks, 15, 20, 30. But unlike essays, they don't mark you based on how much you've written, and more based on that you've covered all the topics that you're supposed to know, basically, and covered all the key points.
Okay. So how was a jump from doing the ICCE to the A-levels? Was it a big jump? Like people that, sometimes when people jump from in school when they do GCSEs to A-levels, they say it's a massive jump, that they weren't ready for it. What did you find?
So I definitely found that essay writing was a big one when we started weaning off of the A.C.E Curriculum. But thankfully, before I moved from A.C.E to my online course, I had done a little bit of like essay writing in between, because I was preparing again for the entrance exams, and that month of studying exams, like essays, not exams, sorry, really helped my transition to A-levels. So because I had that, I don't think I was as like freaked out as I could have been.
Okay. And how are you finding it now?
Really easy.
Really? That's so weird, isn't it? So easy. So what sort of scores are you getting?
So I think my highest percentage on my most recent assignment was 77% on assignment 4. And if you compare it to grade boundaries, I think I'm aiming towards an A-star, but I'll know for sure when my tutor gives me my prediction grade.
How's it work?
Well, Oxbridge did a really good like introductory where to start sort of video and platform. And that was just a really good guide to start with, so I wouldn't jump straight into it and like on the first day decide, okay, I'm going to go into reading this. I'll just spend some time getting used to the platform, whatever platform you use, and they should have like a where to start on study guide and stuff like that I would just read through, because I think the study guide was like 60 something pages long, so that's what I spent the first day or two looking at and going through and building my study techniques. So I'll be going to sixth form in this coming September. Yeah. And the schools I've applied for, it's been kind of difficult to find schools that I want to go to, because of course when you're kind of raised in a family where education is literally the top priority, you can get quite like nitpicky about what you want to do, where you want to study, and I know that there's a lot of schools around me that I'm like, I'm not going to go there. Like, not in a bad way, not to sound like bad. I have a lot more words than bad, but in this case I'm just going to stick to bad. Yeah, so it's just very specific things I look for in a school. Teachers is definitely a big one, because I need to be able to talk to a teacher that I can understand and feel comfortable enough to say, I don't understand this, can you help me? Students, to be honest, I'm not too fussed about students. As long as they're not going to distract me and I don't have to talk to them, we're going to be fine. And then of course the general learning environment. I want to find a school that I can thrive in and they want you to thrive in. And that's going to be very different depending on your own personality, because some people want a school where they can socialise. That's not my goal. So I don't need that in terms of school. So it's just finding somewhere you fit in best.
And do you feel like you're going to be okay going to school after not being to school since you were 6 years old? Yeah, good. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're just going to get her to log onto her laptop and we'll just see if we can just show you a little bit about what she's doing in some of her assignments.
Okay, so I am trying to open the website, which is not working, which isn't a great start, to be honest. It's loading. Oh, it logged me in. Okay, so as you can see, oops, I'm going to start from, is this even on? I'll start from the main page. So, of course, I've already started, so it's not going to look like it's not going to look like this when you start if you use Oxbridge, but it might look like this. So then a video comes up. We don't have to watch this video, but we just kind of click onto it, and then you watch that. I'm trying to navigate through this. What I found helpful was the little study guide they have, this PDF right here. And let's see some important pages. It kind of just helps you know where you're going. It helps you, as it says, learn to plan your essays, identify different writing styles, create timetables, and the works, basically. As you can see, it's 56 pages long, so this is what I would spend the first day going through, basically. But I found this was really helpful. I found this was really helpful, and it's got some good tips on how to manage your time and find time to study, as well as just fitting it into your like regular day, reading on the go, etc. And then the dashboard. I'm just going to start at number 1. This is what the lessons would look like. They go through like the specification at the top, and then it's just general reading that you have to do. What's good about this is that they give you activities that you have to answer, and they kind of get more difficult as you go along, because of course the course work gets more difficult as you go along, but the activities are definitely recommended for you to do, and they give you answers at the bottom to make sure you're going in the right direction with your studying. Another good thing that they offer on Oxbridge, this is starting to sound like an ad. It's not an ad, you don't have to use Oxbridge. Yeah, so a good thing that they offer here is, well, they have a forum that I have not looked at, but that might be helpful if that's something you're looking for. They also have a tutor system, which is basically where you can email your tutor and ask questions, which has been helpful for me, especially when there's small details that I'm not really catching on the PDF, like not really understanding completely, and my tutor just helps me understand it a little bit more. Oops, that's my assignment. And then I'll just show you what the assignments look like quickly. They're quite straightforward. It's a very easy platform to use, again, not an ad. But as you can see, it kind of just has different questions for you to answer, and then they grade it for you, and after you've done all the assignments that they have, they'll give you a predicted grade for your university, and of course you'd have to sit an exam in person. That's about it.
This is like a book tour. Oh, what's it called? Wait, stop recording.
No. Oh, who thought it?
Okay, so basically I'm setting.
Gonna happen. I guess we're trying to work out what's in that part. That's obviously your favourite genre.
No, it's not.